Hey Rams fans, ever heard of Nick Hampton? Most haven't. But now you should. He's out this Sunday due to illness, and the hole he leaves behind might be bigger than anyone expects. He's not a star, he's not on your fantasy team, but last week he played 19 special teams snaps, more than some starters. With him sidelined, the coaches have to improvise. A linebacker, a practice squad running back. Doesn't matter, someone has to step up. And with the Eagles lurking, a team that thrives on special teams mistakes, even a small slip could swing the game. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and get ready, because this matchup might be decided by a guy you've never heard of until now. Nick Hampton has officially been ruled out of Sunday's game against the Philadelphia Eagles due to illness. He's not a starting defender. He doesn't lead any major stat categories. But he plays a vital role on special teams, the unit that often determines field position, game tempo, and even results. Last week against the Titans, Hampton played 19 special team snaps, tied for the third most on the team alongside Omar Spates. That tells you everything about how important he is, especially on punt and kickoff coverage. And the concern doesn't end there. Hampton could be just the first of 4 potential absences for the Rams this week. Braden Fisk and Colby Parkinson are listed as questionable, and starting guard Steve Avila is doubtful. Against a fast, aggressive defense like the Eagles, with names like Jalen Carter up front, any personnel loss matters. But in Hampton's case, the impact is specific and strategic. The Rams will now have to reshuffle roles. Sean Dahlak and Troy Reeder, who already play on both defense and special teams, are maxed out. So now it's likely that someone from the defensive back room will have to take on extra special teams reps, which then affects rotation and depth in the secondary. It's a domino effect. One piece falls, others are forced to move. Enter Elias Neal. The linebacker is widely viewed as a natural fit for special teams and is seen internally as a plug-and-play coverage guy. He hasn't been active for any game yet this season, but this may be his shot. If activated, it would mark the first Rams practice squad elevation since week 1, when Cody Schrader got the call and Schrader's now on the Jaguars. Neal showed in camp and preseason that he can be trusted on contact plays, reads fast on quick developing snaps, and brings energy. And perhaps most importantly, he won't be a liability. In a role like his, that's gold. But he's not the only name in play. Running back Ronnie Rivers, currently on the practice squad, could also be called up. And this week, head coach Sean McVay brought him up unprompted while discussing the depth in the running back room. That's usually a hint. Rivers was active in week 1 and played 4 special teams snaps, 2 on punt coverage and 2 on kick coverage. It wasn't a huge sample, but it showed he's versatile and reliable. He could serve as an emergency backup for special teams or take some pressure off other two-way players. Another option is Jamal Mohammed. The outside linebacker, who also plays special teams, has a similar build and role to Hampton. He impressed during preseason, including a sack against the Browns. His ability to contribute on both defense and special teams makes him a legitimate candidate. So the coaching staff has choices to make. Do they elevate a linebacker like Neal or Mohammed to maintain defensive continuity? Or do they go with someone like Rivers to add offensive flexibility and special teams help? What complicates things is the opponent. The Eagles have one of the most consistent special teams units in the league. One mistake in coverage could flip the field or worse. With dynamic returners and a coordinator like Vic Fangio on the other sideline, everything matters. And let's not forget, McVay's game plan already has enough complications. With Steve Avila doubtful, the offensive line is shaky. That alone makes pass protection for Matthew Stafford a huge challenge. Now losing a core special teamer just adds another layer to the balancing act. This week will test the Rams' depth in ways most fans won't see. But the staff knows. A backup linebacker, a coverage specialist, a practice squad RB, one of these guys could have the most important tackle of the game. A tackle that saves a touchdown. A play that keeps the game within reach, or flips the momentum completely. Because in the NFL, the difference between winning and losing often comes down to moments no one saw coming, like a missed assignment on a punt return, or a perfectly timed tackle on kickoff. That's what makes Hampton's absence bigger than it seems. At the end of the day, Nick Hampton may not be a star, but he's one of the pieces that holds the machine together. And this Sunday, the Rams will need to prove they can keep it running, even without him. So now it's your turn. Do you think the Rams have enough depth to overcome Nick Hampton's absence on special teams? Or could this small loss come back to haunt them in a close game against the Eagles? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe with notifications on, because this Sunday won't just be about offense and defense. It's going to be decided in the details. It's going to be pure NFL football.